We will continue with other exercise, always in the lesson 11.2, like example number 32, that we have the function y is equal to sine of pi of x. Now, in this situation, the derivative, the angle here on the function is something different than x, is x multiplied by pi. It's not only the angle. Now, here we have to make the chain rule. Now, the chain rule is this. When we make the substitution of u, the derivative of this function will be f prime of u times u prime. Now, what will be u in this situation? U will be a pi of x. That means y is equal to sine of u. Now, we have to find the u prime in this. U prime, here pi is a constant. What is the derivative of x is 1. That means u prime is pi only. Now, what is the derivative of sine of u? Will be cosine of u. But we are not looking for the derivative of sine of u. We are looking for the derivative of sine of pi x. Now we have to multiply by u prime. And what is u prime is pi. Now the final answer will be pi. I will move it here in front. Cosine. What is u? Is pi x. If that is the derivative. Now let's go to exercise 34. Exercise 34. H of x is equal to secant x to the second power. Now, remember we have is different than x. Is equal secant of u. U is equal to x to the second power. Now, u prime in this situation is, we send 2 to multiply, 2 minus 1, 1, 2x. Now, what is the derivative of secant of u? Well, this is a particular. Is secant of u multiplied by tangent of u. Now, we have to make the substitution because this is the derivative of secant of u. We have to make the derivative of secant x to the second power. That means we have to multiply by u prime, making the chain rule. Here will be 2x multiplied by x to the second power times tangent to the second power. And that is the answer, number 34. Now let's make number 36, the same idea basically. Here we have y is equal to cosine of 1 minus 2x to the second power. Now what will be u in this example? Well, u is a 1 minus 2x all to the second power. That means y is cosine of u. Now, what is u prime? This is a parenthesis with the second power. We may do FOIL if you want, but let's make chain rule. A chain rule inside another chain rule. Send to multiply 1 minus 2x. Is what is u in this situation? What is b? But to have another variable will be the thing that is in the parenthesis, 1 minus 2x. If what is the derivative of 1 minus 2x is negative 2. That is this part is the derivative of the parenthesis. Now, let's simplify this. Will be 2 times negative 2 will be negative 4, 1 minus 2x. Like this, because we subtract 1 to the exponent. Now, what is the derivative of cosine of u? Is y prime will be negative sine of u. Let's multiply. Let's make the substitution and multiply by u prime. In this one will be a negative 4 times the parenthesis, 1 minus 2x multiply by negative sine of 1 minus 2x to the second power. Now, we may multiply the sign. We will have positive 4, 1 minus 2x multiplied by sine of 1 minus 2x to the second power. And this is the derivative of in number 36. Now, let's make the derivative in the number 38. We have in number 38 is g of theta equal to secant of 1/2 theta times tangent of 1/2 of theta. Now we have a multiplication, that means we have to make the product rule. Remember, in product rule we have to establish what is u. U will be secant of 1/2 of theta, and b will be tangent of 1/2 of theta. Now here we have a situation that we have to make the chain rule for this. That means we have to find the derivative of the parenthesis. He will be 1/2 multiplied by the derivative of secant of the substitution of u. But here we have another u. But the derivative of secant is secant of u, that is 1/2 of theta, multiplied by tangent of u, in this situation is 1/2 of theta. Now, b prime will be the same idea. We multiply the substitution of the parentheses will be 1/2, multiplied by the derivative of tangent, that is secant to the second power of u, in this situation will be 1/2 of theta. Now, with all this information that we have, we are able to make the derivative on the first part. Remember, the product rule is this. We write a y prime times b plus y times b prime. It doesn't matter the order, it's addition as a multiplication. Now, following this pattern, u prime is derivative of theta is u prime is 1/2 secant, sorry, this is secant, no sine, is secant of 1/2 of theta times tangent of 1/2 of theta. This part is only u prime. Then we have to multiply by b, that is all this part. That will be tangent of 1/2 of theta plus the u original, that means secant of 1/2 of theta and multiply by b prime, that is 1/2 in this one, secant to the second power of 1/2 of theta. Now, it's a big problem here. Let me try to have all the screen in the exercise. Now let's simplify this part. We have here tangent 1/2 theta multiplied by tangent 1/2 of theta. Remember, this is secant, sorry, I have sine, but secant will be 1/2 secant of 1/2 of theta multiplied by this will be tangent of second power of 1/2 of theta. Now, the other part is addition, is the simplification of this part. Here we have basically the same, but I will write this 1/2 outside, and we multiply secant times secant to the second power will be secant to the third power 1/2 of theta. In this exercise, this big answer here. Now I will solve exercise 54. In all those, the idea is basically the same. Use one of the properties you already know, using the property of the trigonometric function and derivative. Now 54 is with the natural logarithm, cosecant of x. Now this part, remember we have to make u in this one will be cosecant of x. That means we will have y is equal to natural logarithm of u. And now using the rule here, we know that the derivative of this is u, and here will be u prime. Now we have to find what is u prime. Now what is the derivative of cosecant? Is negative cosecant of x multiplied by cotangent of x. Now, following this pattern, u prime is negative cosecant of x times cotangent of x divided by cosecant of x. Notice something, we may cancel here. And the final answer, this is y prime is negative cotangent of x. That is the derivative of that function.